Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Hi, welcome back. If we haven't met, I'm Hannah. I am a knitter and mom, and I live in North Carolina with my husband and my son. Today it is cold. This week it was like warm, cold. It dropped so fast, so we've been wearing our puffy coats and our hats. Like, wow, okay, I need to make mittens. I need to make like scarves for everybody. It is really chilly here all of a sudden. So if we haven't met before, I'm so glad you're here. And if you're returning, thank you so much. It means a lot that you are watching my content. So my usual format is I share my finished objects, and then I'll share my works in progress, and then some acquisitions. Today I'm also going to be asking about my upcoming video, my stash video that will be like a sort of 1K subscribers video where I will share all or most of the yarn in my stash as long as I can record for, as long as my son naps for, I will be sharing yarn. So at the end of this video, I'll ask some questions like, should I share it by fiber? Like that kind of thing. So if you could stick around to the end or just skip to the end to see what I'm asking, because I am like, how do I organize this? Do I just show you all my yarn? What do I do? So anyway, that's the format for today. My finished objects, yes. I have this cute little sweater. This is my own pattern. It's Micah's Raglan sweater. It's available on Ravelry and PayHip. And it's a children's sweater, baby to 10 years. This is size 4 years. Little cuffs folded. So cute. This is actually a gift knit. And so I will be gifting this away soon, but I have to make another to go with it. So I knit this in Cascade 220 worsted Superwash, I believe. It was my first time using it, and I really like it. It feels nice. It's not like super soft, but it's it feels like you're wearing a wool sweater, but you're not gonna be itchy. So I liked that a lot. I think it's a good one for kids. Also, it's Superwash, so hopefully it'll handle like wear and tear. I hope it gets worn a lot. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't remember the color, but I will put it in the show notes at the bottom. So that's my first finished object. My second one is actually the same sweater, but it was the sample I knit when I released the pattern. And I just knit the smallest size. I didn't expect my son to fit in it, but he actually did. It was like getting warm here, so he didn't really get to wear it that much. So I tried it on him again, and it still fit, except it was too short. So last video, which you can watch, I asked for some like experience stories, like has anyone added link to sweaters, things like that. And so I got a lot of like votes of confidence. So I just added to the ribbing. You can definitely tell like the ribbing's not intended to be this long. And I haven't blocked it, so you can kind of see that it's a little wonky, but I don't think it's noticeable to like a non-knitter maybe. So anyway, the length is good now, and hopefully Ollie will get some more wear out of it. And I'm just gonna knit another sample with the right size ribbing, or I'll take this ribbing out when he's done with it and just keep this as my sample. I don't know. It was like maybe 30 minutes of work, so I definitely built it up in my head to be really hard, and it was not. I know you can do it a lot harder ways, but this was very easy. So I'm looking forward to him getting to wear that soon. Those are the finished objects I have. Not very many. My chaotic cast on energy is like through the roof these days, but I wanted to share a From the Archive sweater that I don't think I've shared before in this like YouTube. I haven't shared it on YouTube. So this is my Snowy Forest sweater by Midori Hirose Knits, I believe. Oh, what's on it? Some lint. Oh, look at those cables. So pretty. So this is knit in, I knit it in Lion Brand's Fisherman Wool, and I knit it to pattern. I did the second No, I think I did the 3rd size because they have like extra small. So I think this is a small, but I think it's the 3rd size. And I did the cropped length. So I have some pictures on my Instagram of me wearing it. I have been wearing it a lot recently because it has been so cold. And this just feels like a good weight for the very chilly days. Yeah, the yarn is 100% wool. Actually, my mom got it at a thrift store, so this cost me only the time to make it, which like is very freeing for some reason. I feel like I can wear it a bunch more now because I didn't spend a lot of money on the yarn, or any money on the yarn. I don't know. Sometimes I get nervous about wearing yarn when it costs a lot. So anyway, this one I don't, because it was free to me and I just love wearing it. I loved knitting it. Yeah, the pattern itself, it had so much detail and so much description for every single thing you did. I felt like if you are not sure about knitting cables, I think you could do it. There's just so much description, and I really loved it. I want to buy all the patterns now by that designer because they were just so descriptive, and like the schematic was so detailed. It felt like a dream to knit. I didn't have any questions. It was wonderful. So yes, I really did enjoy knitting this pattern, and I had my eye on it for so long, and it finally got released from the magazine it was in to be a single pattern download, and I got it immediately. And then it took me like 8 months to finish because it was over the summer. So anyway, this is the first year I'll be wearing it, and I'm really happy with it. So this was Snowy Forest. Okay, now for my works in progress. Last week I shared that I just had a lot of the same works in progress, but today I have so many new works in progress. Okay, like 2 maybe. So I'll start with a new one. I have been knitting a lot of gift knits, and I think it just got my knitting mojo just tanked. I think because I won't be able to like see the finished object every day. I'm not sure why, but anyway, I just wanted to make something for myself that was simple and something I'd always wanted to cast on. So it looks like a sock tube. I was so excited about it. I still am. It's exactly what I wanted, but it looks very plain like this. But look at the yarn. Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful. I found this yarn when I was going through my stash in preparation for the upcoming video, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yarn, but it's so beautiful and I love it. And so I wound it up. This is Woolberry Fiber Co. Berry Merino in sweater weather, and this is Little Fox, Little Mo, Petal, I think. No, it's not Mohair, it's Surrey. They're Surrey based, and it's in Petal pink. So I'm holding them together. I'm not sure what weight that is, maybe like DK worsted, I don't know. But yes, I just thought they were so beautiful, and they're sitting in my yarn stash, and I just didn't know what to do with them. And so this is the project I wanted to make forever. It's just a scarf, super simple. Right now it's like 20 inches, so I think I'm about a little over halfway through the skein. So I think it'll be about 40 inches, maybe a little longer. I might have to like color block a section at the end because I just want like a long, like this sort of vibe. I have always worn scarves like in the winter. I just love it. When I was in college, I had like a giant scarf that I would wrap around my head because I had to walk to campus from where I lived, and it was like a mile to my building. And so anyway, lots of walking in the cold. And so I just really wanted to make one. So here it is. There's not a pattern for it because it's very simple. I thought about maybe folding this down and maybe on the bind off doing like a little picot to make it just a little more finished. But I also kind of like the unfinished look. Like it, I'll weave in the end obviously, but that's kind of cute. I don't know. But it's so soft. The Surrey with the merino. My neck is so happy already. I almost wore it the other day, like to the mailbox because I was so cold. I was like, I'm just gonna slip this on, but I didn't. I might today. Yeah, this is like the vibe, like very wrap around as many times as I can, that kind of thing. So very excited about it. But basically I've also just been procrastinating on my other projects. So I cast this on. I put it in the car now though, so I can only work on it in the car. Like if my husband's driving us somewhere or my son falls asleep in the car, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm knitting it on size 6, US 6, 4mm needles and doing magic loop. Yeah, so that's a new project that I am thrilled with. I realized I need to make my son one because I have a Woolberry Fiber Co. Surrey and Merino in colors for him, but I didn't know what to make. I thought about a vest, but he might need a scarf. I don't know. It's been cold lately and he doesn't like wearing his jacket. So we'll see. Another work in progress. Yes, this is my massive September jacket by Petite Knit. I'm using Little Fox, Little Mo, and Kelbourne Woolens Scout, Sunflower Heather, and yeah, not a lot of progress updates. In 2 weeks I've done like 2 inches maybe on the sleeve, and I think I did all of that last night. I just like want this project to be done to see if it fits, and I don't know if it will, so I'm putting it off. But yeah, I'm working on the last sleeve. I've already done the button band, so all I just need to do is that sleeve and decide if I want pockets or not. In some of my previous videos, I showed that I wasn't sure how it would fit. I knit the second size, which is my size or a little bit over, and I don't know, I put it on, it feels so small. I knit it to the length recommended, and so I'm just hoping it's gonna go it's gonna grow exponentially, or I'm just gonna stretch it so far. We'll see. I want it to fit. I'm nervous about it. So we'll see. That's why it is not finished yet. What else? Oh, I have another new work in progress and it's so cute. This is Nilla the unicorn. It's so cute. She's so cute. She's missing arms. That's all I have left is her arms. Look at her little tail. So cute. Her head's floppy. I think I read in the pattern it's intended to be floppy, but it is kind of floppy. Her legs are floppy too. Oh my gosh. This might be the cutest thing I've ever knit. All these dinosaurs I made him were really cute, but there's just something about the hair or the tail that I just love. I kind of like took some of the yarn apart so it would be like curly. But yeah, this is Nilla the unicorn. I'm knitting this for my cousin, her new daughter. She has a baby due in December, I believe, end of December, and so I wanted to knit her something. I don't think she watches my videos. I would be surprised if she did. But anyway, I just wanted to knit her this and to say welcome to the baby. And she does have an older sister, or like my cousin has a daughter who's 3, almost 3, and then she's going to have another little girl. So I was like, wait, do I need to make 2? I don't know. So I don't really know what to do. But if I hear something about it, like if my grandparents call me or something and say, you know, you need to make another one, then I will. But I was like, oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. Her sister might be feeling like, you know, it's a difficult transition sometimes. So anyway, might have to make another one in the future. But anyway, she's just so cute. How cute is that? So she just needs arms and eyes. So I'm just gonna do like embroidery thread or maybe yarn for the eyes because I didn't want to put something hard in case the baby likes it and uses it to snuggle with. So Ollie picked it up the other day and he was like, what is this? I kind of want to make one that's like a horse because like Ollie's into horses. Yeah, since he got to ride one when we visited my grandparents in California, he has liked them. My nephew's super into horses right now, so I want my sister to make one. Abby, if you're watching, this is your sign. You need to make a unicorn horse for Micah. So anyway, it's just a really cute pattern. I'm proud of my like Kitchener stitch for like putting these on. Originally I had intended to kind of modify the pattern and just pick up the stitches, but I thought, well, it's the pattern, the designer knows, so I seamed them on, and I'm so happy with my seaming. Like, it's like, wow, it worked out. This is awesome. So anyway, she just needs arms and then she will be done. Okay, my last work in progress, I think, is a sweater for my dad. Where's the back? Okay, well, one of these is the back. It does have short rows. I think that this is the front. This is also my design. I just wanted to make it, one, so he could match like his grandsons, but also it's easier for me to kind of manipulate the finished size when I have like it's my own pattern. So I re-swatched and regraded the sweater design based on a sweater that my dad wears a lot. And so anyway, that's how this came to be. I'm using Cascade Eco wool, like those big, if you've ever ordered it before, it comes like huge thing of yarn. So I think it's just gray, maybe heathered gray. But I'm almost to the bottom, and I wrote down 2 different lengths for the bottom, and I don't know what to do. So I might have to wait until I can like see him, or maybe find that sweater I measured, because I don't know. I want it to be the right length, and I don't really want to have to rip it out. So anyway, I need to finish this by mid-January, so it needs 2 sleeves and ribbing. I think this is where I'm going to stop for the ribbing, but I want to try it on him first. Okay, so that's all my works in progress. I have one acquisition, and then I'm going to share a little footage I took this weekend to go along with my acquisition. So my local yarn shop celebrated 5 years this past week, and I got this bag to celebrate. So I go to Freeman's Creative a lot in Durham, North Carolina, and there's a lot of local yarn shops in this area and sort of equidistant to all of them, which is awesome. But I really like going to Freeman's, and I love what Amelia is doing there. She's the owner, and the community she started. It was kind of the first one I ever went to with my sister, or ever went to, and also I went with my sister and my mom. We've all gone, and yeah, it's just a really great place to find just something creative to do. So she has all kinds of different price ranges and craft types and magazines and awesome classes. So yeah, if you're local, I'm sure you've heard of it. But if not, you can always order online from her shop to support her and then what she's doing to build community in her neighborhood. So they have these cute little bags to celebrate. I didn't get any yarn from the celebration, but I wanted the bag to kind of support. And I've been putting my scarf project in here, so it fits like the 2 balls plus the project really nicely. And then I'm going to share some footage of the actual celebration. It was very fun. So we went and got churros first across the street. Ollie's favorite thing right now is churros. And then we walked over, and it was in Amelia's parking lot where her shop is, and she had there were some tents set up and lots of cool vendors. We saw Junk Yarn was there. I talked to them about their Polly Pocket yarn, which was so cool, and they have little Barbie shoe stitch markers. There were a few other vendors. Little Fox Yarn was there. I spent a long time looking at their yarn. And yeah, it was just wonderful to see so many people come out to support the shop. There was also an alpaca, which Ollie loved. I didn't get to see him because I was talking to some yarn people, but anyway, Ollie got to see the alpaca, and he thought it was hilarious, apparently. My husband said that he was just laughing. He just thought it was so funny that the alpaca was eating and just kind of standing there. And he has a stuffed animal alpaca that he brought with him, and so then he was having his stuffed animal eat all the hay. It was actually really funny after the fact. So we had a great time, and we went in the shop, walked around a little bit, met a lot of nice yarn friends. I met a few people who have tested my patterns, which felt really special. Someone actually recognized me from my Instagram, which was crazy. I was like, wow, what are the chances? But I recognized your son. And so, yeah, that's so funny to me because I show my face all the time, but he doesn't really, but he is very memorable. He's a little cutie. So anyway, I just thought that was funny. Yeah, it was a great time. And if I have any footage left, I am new to like taking like videos and stuff of like yarn events, or I see like yarn shop tours, things like that. I eventually want to do that, but I felt sort of uncomfortable. I was like, I don't really know what to do, and I'm not a super, you know, influencer or anything. So anyway, it's just like a very basic home footage that you will see. But yeah, it was a great time spent with family and supporting my local yarn shop. So very fun. Congratulations to Freeman's for 5 years. Hopefully so many more years to come of yarn goodness. My last thing that I'm going to share is where I'm asking you for your help. I am recording a stash video for 1,000 subscribers to say thank you. I'm not really in like a place to send out like a bunch of yarn for a giveaway or something like that. And so I just thought this would be fun because we could all enjoy it. And people in my stories were like 100% like on the poll, was like, yes, do this. So yeah, I'm gonna share my yarn stash just kind of as a fun, different video to share with you. But I have been watching stash videos. I have been like trying to organize my yarn and go through it to think about how I want the video to flow. I don't know. How do you want to see my yarn? Do you want to see by fiber, like all my 100% wool, all my like linen cotton, all my, I don't know, alpaca, that kind of thing, all my mohair? Or do you want to see by project? So like sweaters quantity here and like what project I have planned? Or do you want to see like winter yarn, summer yarn, season whatever, I don't know, yarn? I don't know. I've watched some different videos and people have done like, okay, I'm only going to show like my unwound yarn, or like the yarn that's in the hank, maybe that looks really nice with the label on it. I'm only sharing that. Or do you want to see like just all my yarn? Like I'll just bring it all here, you know? I was thinking about having a little section from like my sock yarn where I just like show you, and it's, you get to see it as I get to see it, like deep stash, you know, like, oh, I haven't seen this in a while, like that kind of thing. So I thought that would be fun to go along with, you know, more planned out, like, okay, this, I got it here and it's this colorway, that kind of thing. I don't know. I think I'm just overthinking it, but I want it to be special and to share with you. I also don't know, like, do I have a lot of yarn? Yes, I do. Do I have too much yarn? I don't know. Is there too much yarn? I'm comfortable with putting things in my stash, like buying it and just letting it, you know, rest there for a while. But yeah, I don't really know. I am not sure. So anyway, let me know what you think, please. I really appreciate this community, and I started this channel about 6 months ago, and I did not expect such a kind welcome from everyone and kind words, support for my designs. Yeah, so thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, this is your cue to subscribe and to leave me a comment on how you want to see my yarn next week or 2 weeks. Yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. As always, happy knitting and have a great weekend.